life in general is starting to take a good toll on me, right? Because I got into it with somebody. I got into it with somebody earlier, and I had overheard a conversation. Well, one of my friends told me that somebody that I fell out with was like, all the bad shit that's happening in this man's life is because of what he did to me. And I'm like, and she was like, God is repaying him. And I'm like, you motherfucking right, God is about to repay me for everything I did to you. And I'm looking forward to it. Because like that's a blessing, bro. People like say certain shit and you don't even know the power in your fucking words, but you just put that blessing up there for me. Like you don't even know what I've fucking done for you. And so for God to repay me, it's about motherfucking time. Part one. Yeah. But I need like a segment. I need like a Ish's corner or like some shit where I could just like say shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing. But niggas is like, damn, that makes sense, you know?
Let's do it on the way home. Call Consultations.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a fly shit.
I like that a lot.
Some of our best conversations is just people in general come at the end of that car ride scene. All your shit is just gathered, put in one spot, spill it. Like you said some wild shit about how that your words got manifesting and shit like that.
You have to, I got some more shit on that. I got so much shit on that. I was listening to one of my coaches, his name is Life. Like that's not his real name, but that's the name he goes by. And it's like, if that's not fucking manifestation, what is it? You know, and so the nigga was like, you have to believe past narcissism. And so when you say that, it's like, when I say shit like, damn, I'm the shit, I expect the nigga to be like, nigga, no you're not. Like, you this, and that. And then I'll be like, damn, that nigga right. But when he say believe past narcissism, you have to believe past other people bullshit and your own. Because your head is gonna tell you, nah nigga, you know all your fucking demons, you know?
Yeah.
So your head is gonna talk you out of some shit way before anybody else does. And that's what he meant. Well, that's what I took from the nigga saying believe past narcissism. And I'm like, damn. I wrote that shit down.
There's somebody on your team?
Yeah, everybody's my mentor, you know?
Yeah.
I say that about everybody. Literally, you know. But that was fire. I've been wanting to talk on that for some weeks now.
What are you getting into this weekend?
Rest and relaxation, baby. What is it? The 1st of December?
Yeah.
Bro, it's always grind time for me, you know? So, I don't really have plans for the weekend, but you know, shit get booked up real fast.
Of course, yeah.
We'll fucking see. What you got going on? Let's talk about last weekend. Shit.
Same shit you just said, like, you don't be having no plans, and you know, I feel like the conversations that you have with people in your circle let you know what type of person you are. So you know when they should bring certain things to you. And if I can tell that you're somebody like to talk shit, I'm just gonna come to you and I'm gonna talk some shit. If I can tell that you're the type of person that's to take action, I'll hit you up, it's time to take action. So my partner, my man, had hit me. He's from Jamaica, and he was like, yo, I got a deal that I'm doing. They're bringing up some of this. It's this tonic. It's this tonic basically that it's just like an aphrodisiac, and it also like has healing properties. It's natural. There's some shit that they drink in the Caribbean or whatever. But it's good money. It's big money, and it's only in the Caribbean. So he brings it to this contact in Miami, and they distribute it throughout the states or whatever. And he was like, yo, I need an extra set of hands. So I've been watching your show, you talking that shit. What's up? This is.
You say you about that action.
This is 24 hours before we gotta be there anyway. So I'm scrambling. I'm like, yo, I gotta start moving numbers. I gotta start hitting switches. I gotta start making shit happen. Gotta get it together for this ticket. Made it happen. You know, had to raw Peter to pay Paul just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Everything's all tied up and shit right now. It's criminal, you know. But got down there, saw some faces and some hands and shit like that. Got this work.
Some fucking Pablo shit, bro.
I mean, it's legal. It's all legal. You know what I'm saying? We don't condone that type of stuff on here, but. Yeah, you know, and then we broke bread. Actually, what was happening is they actually messed up something with the shipment. Like there was like supposed to be like 3 or 4 cases or whatever. We ended up getting 2.5.
So this is one of your like schemes. This is one of your what do you call it? Streams of revenue.
This was put on me. This is not even my plate.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not even something that I like.
But everybody at the end of the day has something.
Of course, the goal is multiple streams of revenue.
Yeah, I've seen like so many different like documentaries on shit. On like people who tried to live by the law, like tried to live by minimum wage.
Minimum wage, no.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you left me hanging, bro. Like middle of the tight. Well, right before the Tyson fight, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna pull up on my guy. We're gonna watch the fight. You're like, yo, I'm not even in the state right now.
about it. If I hit you up, be like, yo, it's an opportunity for me to go get a couple bands, or we can stay on the couch together and watch the fight.
You know exactly what I would have said.
Alright.
Nigga, let me come with you. The fuck?
Nah.
You weren't expecting that one.
Nah, I wasn't. But again, it wasn't my play. You feel me? Like, I get up there, hopefully build a working relationship and shit like that, because I'm here to work. You know what I'm saying? So, bring my people on, everybody, each one teach one. So,
teach me something,
I got you. We definitely gotta go to Miami. Miami is love, son. It's love.
Yeah, my brother's in Mexico right now.
Yeah, shout out to my guy.
Waiting on him to come back.
Word up. But that was mine. So about the fight. First of all, shout out to Tyson. Alright. What we got?
How is this the precursor to what we about to talk about? How is Mike Tyson the precursor to what we're about to talk about?
You want to just get into it?
Yes.
I commend it.
Let's get into it.
Clap for him.
Nah.
I commend Nate for the simple fact that the niggas gonna try some shit. And like y'all niggas get hyped off a Tyson fight and go stand outside and then get knocked out. That nigga did it on stage. But, man, bro, that was it's been a rough fucking year, right? Tyson Fury did his thing earlier this year.
Oh, shit.
Now, Jake Paul is out here like fucking coupon Ivan Drago. Bro, that shit was hard for me to watch.
But
I was hard for me to watch, James.
it's a different world, son. Yo, I'm thinking that we gonna be on some shit like, yo, let's ride around Brother Nick. Let's uplift him. Crucifying that man.
And so you know how I feel what happened? It's like with black men, they like to say that we're like physically the peak of what human beings can achieve, right?
Yeah.
And so, nigga, what happens to every fucking king that sits on the fucking throne? They try to chop your fucking head off.
Nah, but it's like, alright, so we got the usual discourse that we have on here, and then outside of the show, like sports consumes my life. You know what I'm saying? Like just combat sports all day. So it's like looking at it on some like black pride. It's like, damn, I commend that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect what you did. Like you put the effort out there, and yeah, you didn't. It's like what they said about business. Like the person who's 0-9 is more reliable than the person that's 0-0. Because even though you fail, you got experience.
trying.
You work shit out there. Exactly. You're more valuable than the motherfucker that's sitting on his couch. So I see that. Take that shit off, put on a hat in the ring. Boxing is not a motherfucking sport. It's not a game, son. It's the only sport that you don't play. You do this shit.
You put your life on the line every time you step in the ring. Yo, the way Mike Tyson talks about going to war, it's scary.
This man cried on TV talking about, yo, I had a crazy past and I felt free. And I stopped that shit and I get sad now. I don't look like a bitch. Tyson, you was the world heavyweight at 18, bro. You feel like a what? I can't let nobody cut me off in line, in the street, nothing. If that make me feel like a bitch?
It's a certain lifestyle you have to live in order to achieve certain kinds of greatness. And we've watched that man do it time and time again. And like shit like that motivates me to become whoever I'm supposed to be, right? And yeah, bro, that's what like current events and shit like that is just like why I feel like you should keep going for what you're going for. Like seeing people break records, seeing this nigga at fucking 50, 40 years old
Still doing what he makes him happy.
Nigga.
Still doing the only thing you know how to do.
Nigga.
Make shit happen, son.
It's a whole lot of internal power for sure.
That's only willpower. That's all that shit is, bro. If you put that shit out there with your head, your body will follow.
Exactly. What do you feel like will get you to that point of like focus or concentration?
Hunger.
What kind of hunger? Hunger towards what?
So the shit he talking about, I only seen on movies, so I don't know what that shit is like, son. Like that, he said I punch with bad intentions. We talk about positivity, man. We don't talk about no foul shit. We were a couple weeks ago. He said I'm done with saying demon time. Everything I do is holy. Like I fuck with that. You listen to Mike. Nah, that's demon time.
Nah.
I still feel like everything I do is holy, even if I'm beating the shit out of you.
Yes, like me laying hands on you, it's a blessing.
Exactly.
You prayed for this. I'm literally giving what you asked.
You know what? That's not true. Because Roy was just trying to survive. Yo, Roy was just trying to make it out there, son. Like you can see it in his face.
For people to praise the Bible so often and it to be said it was written, nigga, you should have seen this coming.
Shout out to people that don't know that and only know that from the Nas album.
It was written. It was wow. You know what's crazy? I told one of my friends recently, I'm like, I never made a mistake in my life, and I stand on that shit, bro. Because I tell exactly. I tell people this shit all the time. I don't believe in regret at all. We're gonna fucking do this shit till kingdom fucking come. What you got for me, bro?
Should I fight?
I don't want to be the one, bro.
Let's talk about your trip to New York.
Which one?
Play.
Oh man. I didn't even tell you, bro. So I got a phone call from one of my mans, right? And I already told you this story before, like how I feel unprotected, how I feel crazy when I go to the city, right? You know, we're not allowed to be strapped up there and shit. So, but next best thing, I got like bulletproof plates. So I'm like, if I can't play offense, I'm gonna play defense at least, right? But even that, bro. Recently, I went to the city and I'm parked outside of my man's crib. I'm about to leave, and it's like by a precinct, and it's like a fire local pizza spot that's there, right? And I'm double parked because you know ain't nowhere else to fucking go. And the boys pull up right behind me. I get nervous. Like I put my seatbelt on, you know, straighten out, turn the headlights on, check my everything, bro. And then I see the niggas get out the car, and it's a white dude that's standing my height, 6 feet, 200 pounds. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at me, and I'm just like, what's the difference between this man and myself? And why am I nervous? And why is he good? And why is he protected with the gun on his waist? And I'm the one that's scared right now. You know, I'm the one that's kind of nervous. And I'm like, yo, we have to get out of this environment. So, like, I look at everything like a fucking game because that's what it is. We're all playing to a certain extent, right?
Chess, baby.
And so if this is fucking Monopoly and New York City is that board, and they're whoever the fuck they are, they have authority to do that type of shit. If you don't have authority in this domain, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Make authority in your own.
What about, do you feel the same way about black cops?
Do you have authority in that domain? Answer that question wherever you are, at work, at home, in your friend circle. If you don't, you're wasting your time. I have authority in my domains.
Yeah, well, talking about black cops, like I see two things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
They turn their head for the shit, or they speak up and get kicked the fuck out. That's happened way too many times.
But it's like, I get it, you're trying to affect positive change in your friends and family's lives. But look at, like, marginally, what you can do as one human being in time, and like the NYPD and the gang that they've made, and the ties that they've made, and the family name, bro. Like, there are certain people who know that I'm gonna be a cop, my son's gonna be a cop, his son's gonna be a fucking cop. What do we say about that? I'm gonna be a gangster, my son's gonna be a gangster, his son's gonna be, so we already know who's gonna be where in society, you know?
If your son wanna be a gangster, you fail.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say, I wanna know the cops. There was one black cop that made a whole lot of noise and a real big difference.
With the dreads?
What's up?
The female?
Mr. Christopher Dorner.
Who is that? Woo!
Sheesh. Yeah.
Damn. He made noise, bro.
He made noise.
Bro, and I'm gonna touch lightly on this topic because like, I already feel like I'm being watched by the feds. So, but I mean, that was a cry for fucking help and nobody fucking listened. Like, LAPD is known for that shit.
Right.
Like, a nigga tried to come in and make, Officer fucking Carter.
He was a lieutenant, bro. He wasn't a regular ass patrolman. He was a lieutenant.
And so he made it up there through the ranks and he's seen the system inside and out. And that man chose to shoot it the fuck up. So what does that say about the world we're living in? Right? And so that's why when you say, I talked about the nigga who want to be a cop, the nigga who want to be a gangster. And when niggas ask me what I want to do in life, I tread so fucking lightly because I'm fucking speaking for generations to come.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna say, oh, I'm a podcast guy.
Yeah.
Then everybody, nah.
She's bigger than Nino Brown, baby.
Exactly.
I think my biggest fear is just not living in my full potential. How is you gonna know your full potential unless you go out there and make shit happen? So to call Hov a rapper right now is disrespectful.
Yeah. Not living to your full potential. I feel like my biggest fear is dying before my time because I know my potential already, you know?
Let's take a second. You think George Floyd on his death created 14.6 mil for his family. For that shit, he's doing porno. And other shit.
Okay.
You know. So, in his death, I mean, he became a martyr. You know, he's still some crazy
I don't want to
shit.
be a martyr. I have so much shit to say. And you probably will be eventually, like you're gonna die for some cause. But to say that my story is the death, like that's where the inception of my story started. It's fucking insane, bro. Like I have so much more to offer. And you should feel that way about yourself. Like I feel like people are so ready to die, but you scared of that shit too. You know? Like I feel like we assess risk in life and death, right? Everything you do, you don't want. You make sure, like, this won't kill me in the long run. I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes. I won't take a crazy ass job like fucking skydiving every day. And you're just trying to assess risk, right? What risk are you assessing when you say, like, this is what my cause is, you know? So, like, if you say, like, it can't be just death. It can't be like, I have no real purpose here but to die so that someone else can figure out, like, damn, like, that was a poppin' ass cause.
Would you live your life on minimum wage?
Absolutely not. I've lived below minimum wage and above it, and it's like, no one can. And so I feel like my purpose is to show people that you can do something else besides what you're doing right now. Like, and that doesn't mean I'm living a bad life. I promise you I'm grateful for everything I have. Like, I have a roof over my head, my family's good, you know, I got a way to get around, but there's more. There's so much more. To show people that there's so much more. To show my son, my father and my son at the same time that there's so much more. Like that's brand new generation and like a nigga that's stuck in his ways. Like, and both of them will see the light at the same time. You know? We forgetting to touch on some shit, bro. Where we at? 17.
17?
Mhm.
We got training.
That's a beverage, the evolution of the show. What defines a deadly dad? We're talking about it. What do you want to do? I'm checking.
No, I want to talk about it. Answer that question for me. Can you ask it out loud so the people can hear?
What defines a deadbeat dad?
And it came up online recently. Who was it?
Summer Walker.
And
She was talking about her baby father. But
Who
my thing
is?
is,
She's still pregnant, right? She,
Yeah, she's like
yeah,
pregnant.
she's still, yeah.
and he ain't shit up. We already talking about how he
But
not
here's
there
the-
for
but
a
here's
child
the-
that's not even here.
But here's the thing, it's like, I don't know this nigga. So I don't know, like, first of all,
Y'all want him to show up to a party, ain't nobody there.
First of all, to define a deadbeat father, everybody got their own definition. That shit is mad different. Like, that shit is mad different.
A deadbeat.
So,
I'm a great father. I'm an ain't shit baby daddy. Those two things are fucking different. I don't have any like, you have to talk about the relationship you're talking about. Is London on the track a terrible father? Or is his relationship with the women that he had children with bad?
Yeah.
Because that's where we're fucking, misconstruing shit. That has nothing to do with what he's able to do for his child.
they gave my man Future heat for that shit, though.
And Future said it out loud, like, I know I'm not gonna be here for my child, but they'll never liking anything. I'm assessing risks. Like, all right, am I gonna put up my money or my time? He's like, I'm gonna put up.
It's coming.
Exactly.
This money gonna come.
I'm never gonna
That's why I
put
don't
money
have no
up.
time.
Exactly. But a man that's brave enough to at least say it, like, yeah, I'm not here for my children, and what? Like, I feel like, damn, I can't even say Future's a fucking mentor right now, but I came to a point where I was like, low-key pushing my son away. I'm like, yo, I can't. One, I want you to see the value that a father brings into your life, and two, I'm on the fucking grind. Like, I literally said, I'm gonna leave y'all alone for a minute so that I can go get exactly what I need to never not be there for you again. It's fucking simple,
Yeah.
you know?
You live by that.
So I was gonna say, if he's telling you, like, yo, these trinkets don't mean shit, these toys, these trips are going on, that shit don't mean nothing.
He didn't hear what I said. I said, I'm doing exactly what I'm doing so that I can never not be here for you again. You know, it's like, Dave, my boss, told me that he fly first class on everything, and people think that's some cocky shit, but it's virtue in wanting money, and it's virtue in being able to live abundantly, right? So let's say, example,
It's kind of.
it's virtuous, right? Listen to me. Let's say your mother was sick, right? And you had 24 hours to get to where she was at. And you're in your current financial state versus being a millionaire, right? Or versus being somebody who doesn't have to think twice about being next to his mother. And so a man who doesn't have the means, mother dies by her fucking self. And a man who has the means spent her dying minutes with her son.
Right.
And so am I a piece of shit or less of a human being for going after those things despite what I sacrificed throughout my life? I mean, I was there for my mother in her deathbed.
I mean, I feel like people look at money as, this great evil. I mean, it fuck people up, but at the end of the day, money brings you a peace of mind that nothing else don't bring. So you can have the most peaceful family, everybody can be moving on the same pages and shit like that, but the rest of the world, I follow one principle.
Do you know how much of my boss told me that I can solve all your problems with $250,000. And I sat there and did the math and I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck this motherfucker.
Change it with like 10 bands, really.
Nah, nigga. I done did some things, $250,000 sounds about right, but yeah, man. I don't think people take themselves seriously.
Nah. New York.
I got a question. Are you investing in yourself? Not just financially.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking in all aspects though, right? Because like, yeah, money is rich, but like, are you spiritually rich? Are you mentally rich? Are you nourishing yourself physically? Like, all that matter, right? Like, you gotta be healthy to really get healthy pockets, right?
That's a good question.
Alright, so for the physical, 5 days a week I'm going to the gym.
Okay.
Spending at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, it don't make a difference.
Really?
Bow.
Whatever I'm getting, yeah, when I got 30 minutes of cardio, it's always beach time over this here. But
The Yardman shirt. You got the Yardman shirt underneath that shit right now.
you feel me? But spiritually, that's a good question, son. I feel like my spirituality is what keeps me clear-headed in order to do everything else. Like they say, like, this is fucked up. This is kind of blasphemous to say, I guess, depending on what you look at it as. But they say, through Christ I do all things, but through me I do all things.
Yeah, because there's Christ in you, is it not?
If you even want to go there. I've been to Jerusalem, I've been to Israel, I've been to all of these places, these things. A lot of these stories in the Bible, they happen within the same 4 or 5 square feet. So, the historical text is all there. All of these constructs are all there. They're all present. But as far as like what this stuff,
Follow the instructions in the Simply Safe app to get started.
check the time. Oh shit. Got 25 minutes off. Yeah, so all of the shit is happening within the same couple of blocks, but I'm sitting here and I'm looking at people cry and go crazy and get all hysterical and all this shit. I'm just looking like, yo, this is really just nice to believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you think that's all it is?
I feel like these stories did happen, but I feel like they were captured. It's like Homer wrote the Iliad, right? Which is a collection of stories that people base off principles and stuff like that. Like the Bible.
You put my spirit in unrest when you call it a story, right? Because
The Bible?
well, when he says like these stories, right? These stories, like these are these people's lives, right? Like people martyrize themselves for these stories, for these lessons. No, that's what faith is it not? Like,
yeah, but the stories that Christianity wasn't given to us. It's never been given to us from a position of not servitude, or never from a position of oppression. It's always only been given to us with ulterior motives. Even Islam, when it was first brought to Africa and the mainland and shit like that, it was never brought on some. Let me share this with you. It was always done with ulterior motives. It was always, I'm going to kiss you on the cheek to thumb you in
you
your
don't
ass.
have to be oppressed in the way that you believe in what you believe in, right?
Yeah, but if I tell you that there's this beautiful place after you die, everything that you get, the trees and the harvest, all that shit is thankful from one person and one man, and you got to do this to please him, you're gonna believe me.
I wouldn't say that should unrest your soul when he says these stories, and you say these people and the people that we revere so much modernized or martyred themselves for a cause, right? You can take anybody's life story and turn it into the story of like conception or like Jesus. Like, bro, how many people do we know? It's like
The story of Jesus, first of all.
It's so blanketed. You can throw it on anything. It's been seen before.
I would say it's rewritten from the story of Horus.
And it's like, bro, how many of our favorite songs or movies are derivatives of like the most famous stories in the Bible? Like we just take these same
Superman was based off
core
Jesus.
principles
Yeah.
and adapt them to the times.
Reapply.
And so I can probably find a couple people today who embody a Christ-like figure.
I read this book in middle school called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is crazy ass movie. They turned it into a movie with I think Jack Nicholson. Yeah, Jack Nicholson. And do I be reading the whole entire story and shit like that?
Let's circle back. Where do y'all put y'all faith? If it's not in His being, right? What's your faith in?
In which being? If it's not in Christ, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, or in God, or what is it that you put your faith in, right? Because I mean, you can have strong faith in yourself. That's fine. Like to believe in your own inner power, your own abilities. You know, then you gotta ask, like, damn, where I get this drive from? Who gave me this ambition? Who gave me this authority to control these things? You know, like where I get this real inner strength, this real power from, right?
So I subscribe that to my ancestors. So I feel that I'm the medium.
And before then?
Now, there's this book. All right, so they believed in something called nature, right? In nature and God do not equate. Nature and God do not equate. Nature is like everything in the world itself, and the principles which it operates on. And I think it's the Carthanite concept of God, which is what we have now. I think it's from the Carthans. That is not the same thing. You know, so I feel my strongest subscription, like I make that highest subscription to nature. I believe in that. And you can call that God, I don't mind. That's what you want to do, but I have to make the distinction that that's not what I'm talking about when I say that. Like, I believe in my people and everything they did to make it possible for me to be here. So therefore,
You literally are your birthright, you are your ancestors, right?
And I couldn't even fucking tell you what I believe in, right? Because if you ask my ancestors, or at least the immediate ones, and the ones slightly before them, they believe in a God, right? And I feel like I have sort of a quarrel or beef with myself, I have a beef with someone who can say that I am you and still worship me as if you need me.
there's too many questions. There's too many
I
questions.
have too many questions.
Yeah, it's like,
And so, I feel like the most honest answer I can give when you ask, what do I subscribe to? I say, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
So too many questions, not enough faith.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean,
That's your beliefs.
look, we were talking earlier, probably like a couple of weeks ago, and I remember I said something along the lines of like, evil is like guaranteed, good is like prayed on, hoped for. Like we know bad shit is gonna happen in this world. We pray and hope that good things do.
It's a 50-50.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Do you think there's a healthy balance in the
look,
fucking
look,
world?
I'm looking at you, I'm looking at both of you right now. You have just as much potential for good as you do for evil in your body. Same for you. It's the choices you make. It's the choices
And so that's
you
what the
make.
fuck, remember we had this conversation before. I told you Jordan Peterson said something along the lines of like a virtuous rabbit or like a piece of shit rabbit or like a wild animal isn't dangerous to you because it can't really like harm you. It's small, it doesn't do anything, and so you should look at human beings in that same light. A motherfucker isn't destroying your life not because he doesn't want to, but because he can't. So like your worst enemy isn't fucking you over, making sure you're not fired, making sure your family don't have nothing to eat, not because he doesn't want to, but because he can't afford to, right? So you should look at human beings in the way the world is working right now, and all the bad that we see is because people want that kind of shit to happen. So we're praying on good shit to happen.
No, I think there's culturally. I think America breeds a certain type of mentality for sure.
It's not just America, bro.
Nah, of course not, but we speaking for here. We went overseas to Djibouti and people wasn't thinking about talking about the shit that we talking about now.
Bro, we went to Jerusalem and them niggas still can't get their shit together.
That's because of religion though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
but-
subscribe to something and then put your almighty evil behind it. How can you subscribe to God and then come on?
I'm not doing the God shit, the God stuff.
I mean, we talking about
I'm talking about, I don't believe that there's just as much potential for.
pray for me.
I'm stuck.
There's a big potential for evil. The reason why I don't believe that is because one thing, empathy. As human beings, we have empathy.
Not everybody. You know how many people lack empathy?
Yeah, but they're called psychopaths. There's a name for them.
No, they're called human beings.
Yes.
And that's why the world looks the way
Listen,
it does.
but even if you
About
have
that.
empathy and you don't act on it, it's still there.
No, some people lack empathy.
Psychopaths.
They're still humans though.
I mean,
What's the fucking common denominator? Human
white.
beings, bro.
They're white.
Well, I mean,
Woo.
grand scheme of things.
It's getting spicy.
that's good. That's what we here for, baby. Let's chop it up.
What's the time?
I restarted. Not good.
All right, next subject. What we got?
Hold on, man. This is cool.
I had some shit, but it's kind of dark.
Mm.
One of my homeboys was telling me about how the divorce rate affects the economy, right? And he was like, basically, think about it, right? If you and your girl split and y'all have a seed, now that little nigga has two of everything, right? And then you get with somebody and they have kids, they have two of everything, right? And so you look across like the entire US, our divorce rate is already at 50%. And so like half of all kids in America, I mean, if it's like, the numbers are right, like a majority of all kids in America have 2 bedrooms, 2 beds, 2 fucking PlayStations, and parents that are overcompensating because they feel guilty about a divorce. How much fucking money and time is spent just so people can stay like copacetic? Like, oh, you spend time at daddy's house and then come back over here. And there's a lot of time and money and gas and planning and logistics and fucking.
We gotta take a step back and look at even the reason for people getting divorced now is completely different. Everybody has their own reasons.
As opposed to
just in general. The biggest thing I hear people say is, oh, marriages don't last no more like they used to. Yeah, because motherfuckers have choices now, bro. Your grandmother didn't want to, your grandmother didn't want to be here, my nigga. I promise you. You got 18 grandchildren.
Bro, I read some shit online, bro. People are not fucking weak-willed because they didn't have the internet. Like, I read some shit online where it was like these women that were talking about how their grandmothers got out of their divorces back in the day, and they were like, yo, 9 times out of like they've heard several stories about their grandmothers admitting to poisoning, stabbing in his sleep, all types of crazy ass shit. So like, be glad. You know, I mean, it could have been, but be glad. You know, they have like legal means to get out of divorce, get out of marriages nowadays. You know,
I feel like now, like, there's no reason to stay somewhere that's not making you happy. And people may say that that's the problem, is that y'all try to work at it and shit like that. But you know, sometimes the puzzle piece is just not.
Yeah, I agree
Find
with
your
that.
happiness in people and finding it in yourself. It won't matter who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
But if the person is dimming you, going out of their way to do that shit,
Yeah,
what's
nah,
in
if
my
they're going out of
partner?
their way to dim your light, they're not good for you. You need to vibrate higher. But you should be finding your happiness within your fucking self. And you're gonna attract what you think you deserve any fucking way. So if you're with someone who's shitting on you, it's because you feel somewhere that you're lacking in that you deserve that kind of treatment. When you leave, you're gonna see, like, people are gonna fucking flock to you. They're gonna see this light, they have that same light.
Now, shout out to that. My man, Will Smith said, my job is to not make you happy. My job is to be happy with you.
Yes.
I fully believe that shit, 100%. And this is him listening to his wife for years talk about how Pop made her feel. All that other wild shit.
Couldn't be me.
Nah, we don't leave Will alone, because
Will's a better man
he put
than
it
I
all
am.
out there.
Bro, I could name a whole bunch of better men than me, because, no sir. But, I mean, if we're talking about out of line women, can we talk about True Kitchen? Was that the fucking place?
When it was twerking? Nah. Y'all gotta cut that shit out.
May we?
Y'all gotta cut that shit out.
Bro, I'm about to go off. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna go off. But that was super disrespectful.
Talk your shit.
That was super fucking disrespectful.
To them, to the owner of the restaurant.
To the owner of the fucking restaurant, that black man, no matter how ill-articulated he may be, no matter how much you didn't like how he delivered the messages, his fucking property,
Yes.
right? You go to Italy, you go to fucking Spain, you go to Miami, where y'all, you know, best afford to fucking go. And y'all walk into these restaurants, or you walk into these fucking high-end, like, designer stores like Birkin, who don't even allow people in there. You have to apply to shop with them. Y'all treat these people with the utmost respect, and this man went out of his way.
Gucci shitted on niggas this year.
This man went out of his fucking way to make a restaurant in our community, ran by us, built by us, you know, and I don't know what the infatuation is when you get as happy as you can be in life, you just decide to get up and shake your ass. Like, that's just what you do in your moment of joy, which is cool. That's fine, but not on this man leather couch.
Yeah, I ain't got
You got on fucking heels, bro.
throwing that ass, but you gonna throw the ass on the same fucking table that
Bro,
niggas
if I was
speaking
saying this
food
shit,
on, son?
if I was saying this shit and I was white, they'd be like, I'm racist. What am I now?
Just opinionated.
Giving a hot take.
It's kind of fucked up, bro. Cause like, they basically said, oh, well, he owes one of his employees $100,000.
What that got to do with anything?
Okay.
Did y'all know that shit before? Is that why y'all working on his shit?
Is that why you shaking your ass on my table
Can we
right
talk
now?
about how, like, you can't ever just have a black man in the right no matter what? Like, you always gotta
Damn.
find something to say, like, oh, I did this because he did that. Or like, oh, well, he don't really get the credit he deserves because way back when, you know, he stole a candy bar when he was 7 and he's a criminal now. Like, what the fuck is with that? Like,
The same shit they did to Trayvon. Well, shit, he didn't got in fights before. He smoked. We found
was
THC
high.
in this. There's THC in my system right now. Right now. Like, it has nothing to do with nothing. I'm fucking level-headed. I haven't killed anyone yet. You know?
yeah. Jesus.
Kidding. And if I do, it has nothing to do with. Never mind.
You don't incriminate. Don't do that on camera.
Okay.
It's watching. But
Yeah, man. That was fucked up.
Nah, I don't fuck with
And
that
I don't
shit.
like how the shade room fucking like amplifies the shit.
The
Like,
shade room is more destructive.
the shade room is there for the top comment, the most like racy shit a motherfucker could say.
Yeah.
And be like, damn, yo, let me repost this. Like, it's kind of fucked up, bro.
You gotta treat black establishment with the same respect
Yeah.
that you treat white establishments.
And I'm all for like women and positivity and you know
Body positivity.
and slut love. You know, like y'all know me, I love slut love, but god damn man, like this is your community. Like this is your stomping ground. This is your future. Why would you disrespect it like this? Why you defecating on
Yo,
this
it's
man's
like,
property
I don't see how we
That's
can
a
look
good
at
thing to- that's a good way to put it.
defecate on that
his
man.
property.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck.
what else is an ass for. Anyway, I don't see how we can look at our children and be like, don't behave so bad, and then get up and go out in public and do some wild ass shit like this. You
I
know?
say the same shit all the time.
Yeah, it's like you think about even too, like when you tell your kids to get dressed, we going out. So your kids who taking a shower and shit like that, put on their good clothes and looking at that like, the fuck you gotta get dressed for
like,
this shit?
your conscience must be so confused. It's like, yeah, I beat the shit out of my kids when they misbehave. And I also like dance on people's shit and do whatever the fuck I want. And I also like care for justice and like civil rights, and I want people to be treated fair. Like, it's just like,
But
where
let's talk
are
about
you?
it. Let's talk about it, right? Okay, because y'all know Bellamy, he's 2. I got a potty mouth. I curse. Bellamy went to daycare saying fuck. Like, fuck. And they were like, oh, Mr. Broussard, you gotta chastise your son. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna talk to him.
They told you to whoop your kid ass?
Yes, they told me to chastise my son.
Damn.
I said, okay, so what I'm not gonna do is cuss him out, fuss at him, or spank him. How can I correct my son and tell him don't say these things when I like constantly repeat this to him all day? He hears it. You know, yeah, I reinforce this in his vocabulary. So I just simply said like, hey Belle, like I understand that you learned this new word, but you can't say it. Not because mommy doesn't want you to, but because it's a grown-up word and you're still a child. So you have to stay in a child's place. Do you understand, mommy? And like positive reinforcement works just as good as beating the shit out of
good
your
old
fucking
ass
child. Right? Because
you
think
know?
about it. But why do we set the standard for our kids in such an extreme way, right? Like my son spilled milk, now I gotta knock his head in between the washer and dryer, but if I spill milk, all I'm gonna do is say, oh fuck, and clean it the fuck up. Okay, so, and kids are clumsy, right? Are we not clumsy? We make the exact same
That's
mistakes.
crazy.
Why the fuck am I blasting my son for it?
Fucking Derek Gray said, I didn't bring my child into this world to parade them in front of you and show you how good I whooped their ass.
Yeah,
like I brought, my child is a reflection of me, and I want to be fucking happy, and so I want my child to be fucking
Absolutely.
happy. And so I discipline my fucking son, because I know my son, he's just like me.
Right.
That little nigga got a mouth on him, you know? So, I mean, I'll roll with the fucking punches, but I really do believe that I'm here, like, to spread joy. In that regard, at least, like, I mean, other niggas don't want you, like, you can't show love in other people's lives like that. Like, if a nigga come to your house right now, start paying your bills, taking care of your feet, all types of shit, say, I don't want nothing in return, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? You probably push him away. And so the only people you can actually pour into is probably your children, and you beating the shit out of them so they don't fucking talk when they're not supposed
They gave
in front of
Herbo. They gave him flack because he kissed his son
In the mouth?
In the mouth, yeah. He was like, "That's my fat boy," or some shit. Whatever he called him.
You don't even give your son a hug. You've never told your child you love them.
You got crippling masculinity, the audacity in you.
You've never told your child you love them. You know? Don't worry about what this man is like. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm not worried about how anybody parents their fucking child because it's not mine, and I'm doing my motherfucking thing.
The same thing happened with T.I. was checking his daughter, that whole virginity shit.
That,
I get that being a little invasive in privacy and shit, but it's like I'm bringing it back to like, yo, how you gonna tell him how to parent? A lot of motherfuckers got opinions on shit like that, and they don't know.
I mean, if his daughter was out here fucking, y'all call him a piece of shit.
I mean, let's talk about the dynamic though. Like we were talking earlier, my dynamic with my father is completely like unconventional, right? I was raised with my grandparents, so my father, although he's my father, sees himself like my big brother. So like when we had the sex talk, it was not like, oh, you know, wrap it up, that
Please don't have sex with anyone.
It wasn't like that either. He was just kind of like, I know your mom. He was like, and I know what the fuck she got. He was like, so you know, it's a fair assessment to say you got the same thing. Just be fucking smart, be fucking careful, and don't come home with no fucking babies, right? Shout out to my pops. I didn't take his advice. Here I am with 2 kids, you know?
Still, even the most unconventional advice.
Exactly, but the most unconventional advice from a father, a man who absolutely loves his daughter, right? Like, he put his time in other things, but he loved me just the same.
Yeah, it's really
sounds like Future to me.
It's
put
really
his time other places, but he still loved me.
And I still felt that. Like, my dad, one of my best friends. Like, one of my biggest supporters, biggest confidants, and if I need somebody ass stumped out, I'm gonna call my pops.
Yeah, there's really no guidebook for this parenting shit, son.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? Generation to generation, nobody got this shit figured the fuck out. You look at older girls that you know that be like, yo, I was a pastor's daughter, they out here wild.
Yeah, I feel like humanity is really just us trying to figure out who's in charge here, but the person keep dying. Like they just keep like, as soon as we find the motherfuckers, like, all right, you got to figure it out, you know. And who's the most famous person of all time? It's Jesus. Then it's like Michael Jackson. It's like we try to find
such a huge jump.
Wow.
So they took this shit.
I was gonna say Jesus, Winston Churchill, fucking Gandhi, Martin Luther King. You know, all good ones.
Michael Jackson,
Malcolm X, fucking
Nelson
Dr. Umar
Mandela.
Johnson. You know,
Dr. Umar Johnson's not
Dr. Umar Johnson.
He's not up there.
Bro, this is my Mount Rushmore.
Who is it here?
Dr. Umar, fucking, shit, who else? Damn, Brother Polite, shit, who else?
Madam C.J. Walker.
No, I'm really going so extreme right now.
Go ahead,
Bow Wow, Soulja Boy.
Wait, hold up.
I'm so fucking serious, bro. These motherfuckers are pioneers.
Bow Wow.
No, Soulja Boy.
Soldier's done more for the community than.
Soulja Boy's a pioneer.
I feel like Soulja Boy's up there.
What's the dude who made All Gold Everything? Trinidad James.
You don't even know his name,
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
I gotta get back to you on mine, but mine is gonna be some shit. It's gonna be like Pimp C, probably Cam.
Damn. Such a Harlem nigga. Bro, Harlem niggas is too much. You gotta dilute Harlem niggas, bro.
Like, A$AP Rocky?
Like for every one Harlem nigga, you need 10 regular niggas.
Bro, I swear
that
God,
bro.
Nah, shout out to, no, not shout out to Staten Island.
Nigga said not shout out to Staten Island. What's out there? Wu-Tang?
Dust.
That's another island, right?
We don't go over there, son. That's the dark spot on the Lion King. We don't do that shit.
Bro, that's fucking hilarious. We gotta discover what's in Staten Island.
We'll take a shot.
Yeah, we'll take it over there. But I mean, shit, as far as taking the show places, where you trying to go?
To the motherfucking top, baby.
What does that mean?
The top is on every network, on every station, a household name, actually. I think a household name is stronger than anything else you could say. You could be relevant. Or you
I want to become a brand ambassador, bro. Because I'm tired of trying to figure these fits out, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have the highest grossing movie of all time or have made Friday? I know my answer.
What's the highest grossing movie of all time?
Right now, Avengers.
I'll take Friday.
Avengers.
I'll take Friday. Bro, that's make believe. I'll take Friday.
Before that,
There's life lessons in there. I could take Friday and turn it into like the story of like Jesus, something like put the guns down. Like I could relate it somehow to the Bible because it's a conceptual story. In
you know
there.
what?
You know, it's a story in there. It's a lesson.
Yeah, there's some holding your inner power.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus
It's like
Craig not shooting.
put the gun down.
The
Be a
betrayal.
man.
Yeah,
Moving away from home.
Is that what you guys
Leaving
do?
your
prodigal son, your prodigal
Leave
son.
your home line. Leave your homeland and go to where you are accepted. That's what fucking Craig had to do.
You think
He had to
that's,
find his people. He had to find his audience.
that's the story?
Jesus had to do that, didn't he?
Not husband.
I mean, listen,
Whew.
just keep up with the times,
Split
baby.
hairs.
Yeah,
Split hairs.
that's crazy.
I hope you know that he had disciples who went and found his audience for him.
All right,
he had
and
to
so
do was speak.
if I am made in His image and likeness, right? Everything.
Is that not what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I have my disciples. I have my people, but he should too, right? Everyone has their disciples, right?
I'm not touching it.
For your argument.
I mean, I feel that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, for your
I
argument.
agree.
Other people are more subservient and don't feel like they have any part.
Because disciples has a negative connotation. They think that it's somebody that's following a person. A disciple is somebody following ideas.
Mm,
That's where the big
I like that.
miscommunication
Ooh, I
is
like
at.
the
I'm
name.
not touching it.
I like the name.
I'm
Yeah.
not touching it.
Don't touch it then. You keep dancing around it.
First of all, I
Should
really
not.
want to jump on anything. I'm not going to touch it, but wait till checkmate.
Good fucking sell. I like that.
Let's do it. What else we got?
Let me see.
Then we talked about damn near everything.
Yeah.
Damn near everything.
I want us to touch on by any means, but that's
Who?
also checkmate.
By any means?
By any means.
Malcolm X?
No, it's an idea I have.
Oh,
That's an
First
idea I
box.
have. No, I mean the name was yours. We'll put it together. Maybe. Oh, I have one more thing I want to talk about, right? Some nigga, right? Some nigga said I was trying to be deep, which is fucking true, right? I'm the type of nigga to make something out of fucking nothing, right? But there's something about a man who has never said anything to me in real life, which is most of them. Like, niggas do not approach me, bro. I swear to God. Like, 9 times out of 10, if niggas want to work with me, it's going to be on the second time we meet or through their girl. They're going to be like, yo, you should ask that nigga this.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's like, yo, I met you before, we should politic on this. So, I feel the type of way when a nigga addresses me online, because it's like,
Or he didn't address you. He didn't
or at
address
all,
me.
right? So some nigga was like, damn, yo, that nigga trying to be cool on one of the clips. Oh, you trying to be deep on one of the clips. And I'm like, nigga, I am trying to be fucking deep. Nigga, you trying to be cool. That's what Facebook is for. Like, it's just funny to me, right?
Oh, I know. It gets to go down in the book.
Bro, it really does go down in the book, but like, my thing is, y'all grown-ass men, and you leave your day job, or you getting yelled at work by your fucking manager, get off your phone, and you arguing with a nigga on Facebook. Like, bro, y'all all are fucking 40.
But that's what it's for, right? If you expected Facebook to be serious, you tripping. We use Facebook to get ignorant. Like, that's
Nah,
what
that's
it
a
is.
fact.
Absolutely.
That's why that shit is posted on Facebook.
Here's my thing. I'd rather be deep than nothing at all. Like, you
I
niggas
don't-
are nothing at all.
I'm here for the discourse. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker's saying as long as you saying it. Yeah, that's how you feel?
What? No.
Like it's a
I-
Bro, here's my thing. I lean into fucking everything. Like, so if you're gonna call me some shit, make sure you know what the fuck you're saying, right? Because I had an idea, right? For you ever been at a fucking auction? You ever like hear how they fucking talk about shit?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, they really sold slaves this way. And we talk about how that shit is fucking degrading and all that other shit, but we still fighting for our fucking freedom today. What does that mean? We're still fucking slaves to an extent, right?
What's your freedom though? What freedom do we have now?
What freedoms are we still fighting for?
You
Bro,
can do
to not get fucking killed
My nigga, this
on a
For
daily
fun,
basis,
by
bro.
sport, right?
Bro, I swear to God, here's my thing, right? I was listening to 400 million plus tax. It's a song on one of the Griselda albums, right? It's the intro on the song, and it's just a fucking auction. It's one of the paintings that went for $400 million. And bro, I closed my eyes and saw myself walk up on the fucking podium, and then the fucking auction starts, and them niggas go for a fucking price like $400 million. And they're like, sold, and I walk off. I didn't say anything, but I saw this in my fucking head. And I'm like, damn nigga, you a slave, but you worth $400 million.
You're not
Bro.
getting that shit.
I'm getting that shit. LeBron got it. He's a slave to basketball, is he not? And we revere him for it.
Kobe Bryant was a slave to his craft. Everyone is a slave to something, to a certain regard. But I feel like if you're not, that's why your life is so insignificant. Because you don't care to do anything incessantly, like obsessively, like fucking till you like that's what fucking comes out of your pores. But I want to be a slave to something, bro. I want to be a slave to something.
Slavery is just I can't associate.
It has
that
a
with
negative
word, like,
connotation.
of course it does.
It has a
slavery.
negative connotation.
And even with the shit that happened in America, what they did with slavery, that's one thing. In Greece and anywhere else that they had slaves and shit like that, all over the world in history, don't limit it to just Greece. It still wasn't lit. It still wasn't lit. Greece had the hoplites, which were like a little bit above slaves, who had a little bit more rights and shit like that. They couldn't vote, but they could own a little bit of land. They couldn't hit a certain salary cap, but they could do this and that. Still, they didn't want that shit either. They rebelled. My life is not going to be okay.
Bro, that
if
should
somebody
evolve.
putting in my shit.
That shit evolves over fucking time, bro.
How do
I
you-
feel like today we are really not talking about industrial slavery or prison industrial slavery, 9 to 5 slavery. Like you not being able to make a choice, bro. I swear to God, I felt.
So you want to
To a
build?
certain
You want to
extent.
build a corporation? You want
Have
to
you ever
build
looked at
something?
the 13th Amendment? I'm sorry to cut y'all off. It's just like
The
talking
movie?
about- No,
No, the
I'm talking
actual
about the
thing.
actual amendment. So like, there's a clause in there that simply states that like, if you, yes, like we're abolishing slavery to this extent, but if you break the law or do this or
You are
do this, like
property of the Lord.
you are absolutely going to be a prison slave, and you're going to work your time off. Da da da. So in a sense, like absolutely,
And so yeah, we
slavery
don't
does
fucking
still exist.
barter.
It's just
Yeah.
subliminal. There's subliminal slavery going on
We
right
don't
now.
fucking barter. Look, bro, we don't trade anymore. We don't barter fucking goods and services, but we use money instead. We don't have direct slavery, but bro, I used to think to myself like, well, why? What's stopping me from leaving my fucking office or my job or my workspace right now and going wherever the fuck I want? Mental slavery.
Yeah.
Mental slavery. It's like nobody's literally gonna physically stop me. Nobody's gonna hold me to don't leave this fucking room. But it's like I know what will come in my life if I were to do this shit right now.
So
It will fuck me up. Exactly.
So back on slavery, you want to build an organization. You want to build some shit from the ground up that you put together yourself, only to be defined by it.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry,
Defined by something.
not defined by it, but
Only to be
imprisoned by it.
Bro, we're all already enslaved to some shit. I'm enslaved to this fucking show. This shit consumes me. This shit consumes me, right? And then soon I will reap the benefits of this fucking work, you know? So it's like,
So where did slaves get their benefits? What was the slaves' benefit?
there was none. It was in the potential freedom. It was in the Bible. It was in the Bible.
All right,
It was in the fucking Bible.
I can say that.
Damn.
That's a clip. That's a clip. That's a clip. Yes, sir. What time we got? No, that's a good one. That's a good one. 35. We only have 35 right now?
No, we got
50, 53. Oh.
I don't like this. This is for her to do. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna have to cut all this shit out.
I know. Then we got this out. What else?
Huh?
What else you got for
One
us?
more topic?
No, what you got?
That's it. That's everything.
That was cool.
I told y'all the only thing left was talking about boundaries and do they still fucking exist?
We can save that for the
Okay. Then that's it.
man. That was good, bro. I like us going back to what we're used to. You know, we could be two ain't shit niggas sitting in front of this fucking camera, bro. But I feel like somebody gives a fuck. You know, and instead of that person coming forth, we just being out fucking. You know, great things to fucking come. Great things to fucking come.
Shipping out those shirts, we just got them. So those coming
Yeah, you
right
can
now.
go to chessmoveshow.com and get whatever t-shirts you want and in whatever color or color grade you want.
Sizes, they got long sleeve and short sleeve.
Bro, I'm looking for mentees. I'm looking for like people looking to start as an entrepreneur and you know, figure something out and like get off the 9 to 5 like hamster wheel. So if anybody you know is in the not even the local area, because we like fly people out of shit.
Yeah.
But like if anybody's willing to put the work in, that's the most important.
You don't want mentees, you want killers.
I want executors, bro. Which I have a bias towards females because I feel like niggas have a lot of ego. I can't work with men, bro.
Absolutely.
I have an ego. Fuck, that's why. But yeah, we're looking for people who are like looking to change their lives.
We need established. We need established.
Yeah. So like I had a pitch in my head. I wanted to like reach out to niggas who were in girl. Like I was gonna put a public service announcement out there for all females to send me niggas that are in their DM. Because if you have the time to do this shit, you have the time to like do some shit for yourself and put yourself in a position to where that girl will want to respond to you. And that's like my whole.
That's a dope ass pitch, and I cannot believe you just dropped that shit right here. Okay, patent that.
I'm gonna.
Patent that.
We'll work on it. This shit. Yeah.
Patent that.
Yeah. I have an idea for some shit like that. Like, cause you know how they used to do the prank phone calls.
Yeah.
To where like you give a nigga this number, and then it's like, oh bro, my bad. She didn't want you to have that shit. I'm be like, yo, bro, good news. I got some shit for you.
Got a
You
job
know?
for you, nigga.
I got a job for you. Let's work.
I had an
Because bro, like I mean, that's the biggest motivator in the world, right? If it's not women, if it's not that forbidden fruit, right? So we can put that shit on a fucking pedestal. Like, yo, bro, let's get to work. And then soon enough, she'll be asking you for your number.
What do you say? You lose a lot of, what is it? You lose a lot of
Females
flies.
chasing.
Yeah,
You lose a lot of money chasing women, and you lose.
You never lose women chasing money.
Yeah, my father said that shit like 1,000 times.
It's Iceberg Slim said this shit. And it was like flies with honey and some shit. I gotta come back on that.
Yeah, I read that book on the planet.
Yeah. Shout out to Iceberg.
That was a good one. We'll put it out there. That's a good book too. As a man thinking, you should read that.
James Allen.
Mhm.
What else you got ahead? I know why the Cage Bird sings. Maya.
Maya, shout out to Maya.
You got Baby Boy on here?
Yeah, that's the fucking VHS, bro. Look at this shit. Come on, son. You even have a VHS player?
And you got the good book on there?
The good book. Well, this is just the New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs. I was assigned to read this by one of my mentors. I've been working through it. But, you know, this is like King James English, so I'm trying to decipher it. And it's really just for the knowledge to see, like, what my constituents abide by. Like, these are, even though I'm not Christian, everyone that I know, or a lot of people that I know are Christians. And so if this is your rule book, if this is your guide to life, then I should know what kind of morals and standards you hold, right?
It was written by William Shakespeare. All right, so look, this has been Chess Moves.
Yo.
Wrapping up another episode.
My God.
It's your boy.
I'm honored, bro. I appreciate you.
And we got the lovely trim. All right, it's been real, y'all.
Bro, what the fuck?